Hello everyone. My name is Goodman Brown. My partner here is the Elder Traveler, aka the Devil.
Hello.
We will be performing a scene where I journey into the dark woods from the story of young Goodman Brown. This story portrays a theme of loss of faith, and I am going to show how I lose my faith in this sad and dark story about me. I hope you enjoy the show.
Yes, Goodman Brown's faith meter at 100%. Action.
Poor little Faith. What a wretch am I to leave her on such an errand. She talks of dreams, too. Methought as she spoke there was trouble in her face, as if a dream had warned her what work is to be done tonight. But no, would kill her to think it. Well, she's a blessed angel on earth, and after this one night I'll cling to her skirts and follow her to heaven. There may be a devilish Indian behind every tree. What if the devil himself should be at my very elbow?
You are late, Goodman Brown. The clock of Old South was striking as I came through Boston, and that is full 15 minutes ago.
Faith kept me back a while.
Come, Goodman Brown, this is a dull pace of the beginning of a journey. Take my staff, if you are so soon weary.
Friend, having kept covenant by meeting thee here, it is my purpose now to return whence I came. I have scruples touching the matter thou wottest of.
Say'st thou so? Let us walk on, nevertheless, reasoning as we go. And if I convince thee not, thou shalt turn back. We are but a little way in the forest yet.
Too far. Too far. My father never went into the woods on such an errand, nor his father before him. We have been a race of honest men and good Christians since the days of the martyrs. And shall I be the first of the name of Brown that ever took this path and kept
such company? Thou wouldst say, well said, Goodman Brown. I have been as well acquainted with your family as with ever a one among the Puritans, and that's no trifle to say. I helped your grandfather, the constable, when he lashed the Quaker woman so smartly through the streets of Salem, and it was I that brought your father a pitch pine knot, kindled at my own hearth, to set fire to an Indian village in King Philip's war. They were my good friends, both, and many a pleasant walk have we had along this path, and returned merrily after midnight. I would fain be friends with you for their sake.
If it be as thou say'st, I marvel they never spoke of these matters. Or, verily, I marvel not, seeing that the least rumour of the sort would have driven them from New England. We are a people of prayer, and good works to boot, and abide no such wickedness.
Goodman Brown's faith meter at 95%. Wickedness or not, I have a very general acquaintance here in New England. The deacons of many a church have drunk the communion wine with me. The selectmen of divers towns make me their chairman, and a majority of the great and general court are firm supporters of my interest. The governor and I, too, but these are state secrets.
Can this be so? Howbeit, I have nothing to do with the governor and council. They have their own ways, and are no rule for a simple husbandman like me. But, were I to go on with thee, how should I meet the eye of that good old man, our minister, at Salem village? Oh, his voice would make me tremble both sabbath day and lecture day.
Ha, ha, ha. Well, go on, Goodman Brown, go on. But, prithee, don't kill me with laughing.
Well, then, to end the matter at once, there is my wife, Faith. It would break her dear heart, and I'd rather break my own.
Nay, if that be the case, e'en go thy ways, Goodman Brown. I would not for 20 old women like the one hobbling before us that Faith should come to any harm. As the elder traveller spoke, he pointed his staff at a female figure on the path, in whom Goodman Brown recognized a very pious and exemplary dame, who had taught him his catechism in youth, and was still his moral and spiritual adviser, jointly with the minister and deacon Goodman. Goodman Brown's faith meter at 90%.
A marvel, truly, that good Ecloys should be so far in the wilderness at nightfall, but with your leave, friend, I shall take a cut through the woods until we have left this Christian woman behind. Being a stranger to you, she might ask whom I was consorting with and whither I was going.
Be it so. Betake you to the woods, and let me keep the path. Goodman Brown realizes that good Ecloys is also acquainted the elder traveller. This disappoints Goodman Brown. Goodman Brown's faith meter at 86%.
That old woman taught me my catechism. Friend, my mind is made up. No another step will I budge on this errand. What if a wretched old woman do choose to go to the devil when I thought she was going to heaven? Is that any reason why I should quit my dear faith and go after her?
You will think better of this by and by. Sit here and rest yourself a while, and when you feel like moving again, there is my staff to help you along. The elder traveller and good equals go on ahead further into the dark forest to the communion for devil worshippers. While Goodman Brown is resting by the roadside, he hears the minister and Deacon Gooking coming down the road. They talk about going to the communion as well, and Goodman Brown overhears this conversation. This shocks Goodman Brown. Goodman Brown's faith meter at 70%.
With heaven above and faith below, I will yet stand firm against the devil.
Then Goodman Brown hears one voice of a young woman uttering lamentations, yet with an uncertain sorrow, and entreating for some favour, which, perhaps, it would grieve her to obtain. And all the unseen multitude, both saints and sinners, seem to encourage her onward. Goodman Brown's faith meter at 70%.
Faith. Faith. Faith.
There was a scream, drowned immediately in a louder murmur of voices, fading into far-off laughter as the dark cloud swept away, leaving the clear and silent sky above Goodman Brown. But something fluttered lightly down through the air and caught on the branch of a tree. The young man seized it and beheld a pink ribbon. Goodman Brown's faith meter at 20%.
My faith is gone. There is no good on earth, and sin is but a name. Come, devil, for to thee is this world given.
And, maddened with despair, so that he laughed loud and long, did Goodman Brown grasp his staff and set forth again, at such a rate that he seemed to fly along the forest path rather than to walk or run. The road grew wilder and drearier and more faintly traced, and vanished at length, leaving him in the heart of the dark wilderness, still rushing onward with the instinct that guides mortal man to evil. The whole forest was peopled with frightful sounds, the creaking of the trees, the howling of wild beasts, and the yell of Indians, while sometimes the wind tolled like a distant church bell, and sometimes gave a broad draw around the traveller, as if all nature were laughing him to scorn. But he was himself the chief horror of the scene, and shrank not from its other horrors. Goodman Brown's faith meter, 1%.
Ha, ha, ha. Let us hear which will laugh loudest. Think not to frighten me with your deviltry. Come witch, come wizard, come Indian powwow, come devil himself, and here comes Goodman Brown. You may as well fear him as he fear you. I hope everyone enjoyed this short scene from Nathaniel Hawthorne's Young Goodman Brown. This short story tells a tale of a fallen man, which is played by me, and conveys the theme of loss of faith. This scene showed how I slowly had my faith corroded by evil. Thank you everyone for your time and attention. Thank you Professor Bailey-Kirby for this opportunity to present in front of the class.
I hope you guys don't run into me during summer break. Stay safe and have a fun summer. Goodbye.